All right, so we're going to make our last statements. Assemblyman Linares, I'll start with you.
Throughout my involvement, the one thing that has remained constant whenever I've been advocating on the side of the community is that the only way that you could get the attention, whether at the city level, at the state level, or the federal level, is when you bring together the diverse community around whatever that issue or that moment of crisis is, and only that can bring real results. That's how I saw it happen when we needed schools. I saw it happen when we needed a police precinct up in northern Manhattan. And this is the only way that I know that we can bring attention. And if we cannot bring the federal government to our neighborhood, then we have to bring our neighborhood to the federal government. I don't care what. But persistency with collective action is the only thing that gives results. I have experience doing that.
All right, Mr. Williams.
Again, thank you for providing me with an opportunity to speak directly to you as a person who wants to represent your needs and concerns in Congress. When we think about our community, we need to think again about what it is that we think is best for us. We have real challenges in our community and real challenges in our country, from education to rebuilding our infrastructure, which used to be the envy of the world, and now neither one is the envy of the world anymore. We need to think seriously when people tell you, well, they had legislative experience in Albany. Albany probably had more than 18,000 bills presented last year and less than 10% passed, which is one of the lowest rates in the country. You deserve better than the political leadership you have today. And again, if you want better, you have to change the people that represent you. I believe that my background and my skills make me uniquely qualified to serve. I want to do so because I care about the future of our community and I care about you all. So thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this process tonight.
All right, Ambassador Cook.
Thank you so much. Again, thank you for the invitation. You know, my parents wanted us to have our cultural undergirding, and so they would send us south for the summers, North Carolina, shoebox on the bus. And when we got there, my grandmother was the first entrepreneur I knew. She had a Singer sewing machine, but that machine was only good for a season. My mother worked in play school PS 90, and she had a record player that you put the dime on the needle. That record player was a machine, and it was only good for seasons. Machines are only good for their season, whether it's in seamstressing, whether it's in record players, but even if it's in politics, machines are only good for their seasons. It's time for a fresh voice with fresh vision, a fresh perspective, and I am the one who represents that. I'm experienced with you. I'm for, about, and from the people. I have a series on my website called Taking It to the Streets, where we don't talk at you, but we hear from you. I am Susan Johnson Cook. I invite you to visit my website, Susan Johnson Cook for Congress. I hope you've heard from my heart tonight. I'm running because I care, and I do approve of this message. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Gallagher.
Thank you all. Our community deserves as much as any other in this city. Yet we're not investing enough in our schools, in job creation, in the environment, or developing a criminal justice system that is fair for all of us. If you're happy with the way things are, then you have your choice of candidates who have done time in Albany, Washington. They've shown you what they can do for you, and seriously, it's lacking. If you're not satisfied, then you need to make different choices. If you think the game is rigged against you, you have to change the players. Don't believe that you need to have worked in Washington to get things done. Maneuvering through political agencies, influencing managers, walking the halls of Congress, it's not rocket science. It's hard work, from Harvard to network management to raising my 4 kids in this city. I've worked hard all my life, and I'm not stopping now. Will things change? That is up to you, my friends. People have told me I'm brave for doing this. I don't know about that, but I do know that I'm bold. And I'll be just as bold in Congress, and I will be relentless in fighting for what matters to us. I ask for your vote on June 28th, and with your help, we can make things happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Powell.
Thank you. As I mentioned before, this ain't just any election. With all due respect to all the other elections that we have to engage in this democracy, this election here could change the direction of our communities, of all of our communities. And I'm doing this not just for myself. When I talk about affordable housing, I got a place, I can afford to pay it, thank God. When I talk about income inequality, I'm doing okay. And if I lose this seat on June 28th, I'll still be doing okay. But but I'm doing it for my kid and for his yet unborn kids, for all of our kids and grandkids. We need to turn the page. We need to change the direction, I submit to you, of where we're going and improve our communities. We need somebody with the experience and the commitment to represent all of us, not just some of us, not just if you're in a political club or the other. You don't have to be in any political club to talk to me. I will listen. You need someone who will be there to listen to your concerns, not just to give you a speech and tell you what you need to do, and not just to talk to you only if you have a title or if you're from this neighborhood or a certain part of the neighborhood, but to listen to everybody and work with everybody. That's what I've done in 25 years of public service. I know this district better than anyone except the incumbent, and that's what I will do when I get elected to Congress on June 28th. Thank you all. God bless you.
Assemblyman Wright.
Thank you so much. I have represented in the assembly of this district, and I asked for the last 23 years, and I ask that you judge me on the things that I've done. Judge me on my record. I have been part of the probably most groundbreaking pieces of legislation in the state of New York for the last 23 years, whether it's creating a domestic workers' bill of rights, those folks that work for our nannies and our caregivers, or in terms of being the second name on the bill to eliminate the Rockefeller drug laws. However, locally as well, the ruins have become housing. Those pieces of property south of around 120th Street. The clubhouse in Mount Morris Park is about to be built. We have new Bishop Crook lights. The demonstrations against the Otler Church have been significant. And also we have no more prison on 122nd Street. So these are the things that we've all worked on together. So I ask that we do the right thing. I've represented this community. This is the most diverse community in the United States of America. And I ask that you all to do the right thing for our neighborhoods, do the right things for our community, and that's do the right thing with a W. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are the candidates. Give them a big hand. We appreciate you. We also appreciate the fact that you stayed a little longer than 8 p.m. We really thank that. Certainly the voters and the Mount Morris Park community appreciates that. Want to thank the Mount Morris Park Community Improvement Association for putting this all together. Hopefully you all got some sense of who the candidates are. Don't forget, June 28th is election day for the congressional races in New York State. Please make sure you vote.